Not our longest video today, but still lots to say about the world of sim racing right here, right now. This video is dedicated to the memory of Shane McGowan, surely one of Ireland's, nay, of the world's greatest poets. Greetings Rummies and welcome to Rum, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing, and to our regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Welcome to the channel if you're new here, and thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. We almost didn't make this news video. As you will see, our segments this week are rather small. But on the other hand, we have more than enough information to fill a whole video with them. And as it said, many a mickle makes a muckle. Also, for some reason, every time we skip a video, the week after that we have to make almost half-hour-long videos. So we rather don't skip any unless there is really nothing. And sim racing being quite alive, there's almost always something to talk about. For example, Low Fuel Motorsport went for the low-hanging fruit of supporting Asetto Corsa races, because as we know, they avoid anything that could end up being difficult. Anyway, to each their own and all that. And the Sim Racing Expo 24 is already selling tickets, even with a 10% price reduction for Christmas. Surprise your loved one with a bouquet of tickets for the Sim Racing Expo? Dakar Desert Rally this week released the Fall 2023 release in what seems to be their biggest update ever, which doesn't mean much in a game that has been treated with neglect and which the users are mostly shunning. See our sim usage statistics segment in this video. In any case, this update at last brings the roadbook editor promised for the release a year ago, replay and photo modes. With regards to content, you can now get the Audi RSQ e-tron for free and a SnowRunner Cars pack, not to be confused with the SnowRunner Trucks pack, which is a paid DLC. The pack not only brings 5 cars and trucks from that excellent game over to this game, it also brings SnowRunner Rally events to here. Maybe they are trying to lure the SnowRunner players to Dakar Desert Rally? I gotta say, we don't really understand the strategy here. Other than that, only small issues have been corrected, especially for the console versions of the game. The team behind Dakar Desert Rally also released some new DLCs with content like the Hybrid Vehicle Pack with 2 trucks, the Hino 600 Hybrid and the Revolt Renault C460, and 1 car, the GCK Motorsport, all 3 with hybrid motors as the name of the DLC says. The Classics Vehicle Pack number 2 also dropped, bringing the Lada Niva 1600 4X4 from 1982 to the game, as well as the Honda Africa Twin from 1985. I may start it again and see if this time it supports my SimuCube. Always having to set up my G29 for this one is rather bothersome. Well, while all in all we can say the numbers for our hobby are stagnating, with Asetto Corsa losing users as well as BeamNG and R-Factor 2, Asetto Corsa Competizione growing only slightly, at least EA Sports trademark WRC starts quite well with 1,231 daily average users on Steam alone. We'll have to see if, despite the many glitches, mediocre performance and lacking gameplay, WRC will be able to hold on to so many users, but for now, the number eclipses Dirt Rally 2's numbers. And while we are on the subject of rallies, Dakar Desert Rally jumps to a full 12 daily average users after having sunk to 7 in the last month. My, what an update of a dead game can do. Cube Controls, makers of extraordinary rims, last week brought out a button box you can put, in theory at least, together with any rim you already have at home. On their website you will even find a template you can print out on a sheet of paper to check if the box is compatible with any rim you have at home. The GT Pro V2 is an upgrade of the GT Pro, no surprise here, that you can get with 2 or 4 paddles, can be used wired or connected via Bluetooth, and is compatible with Cube Control's magnetic cable. As it's normal with Cube Controls, the buttons are backlit. The button box brings an RGB LED bar, cue my usual rant about them, and it also brings 2 multi-directional joysticks with integrated encoder. The wheel comes with a battery. If it's as good as the one in my rim, you end up forgetting there's a battery there because you load it up so seldom, like once every month or even every 2 months. Costing from €619 up to 763, depending on which configuration you choose. It's rather on the expensive side, but with Cube Controls you do know you get good engineering and something that lasts for a long time. The last race of the running season of the Evolution Racing Academy will start today at 9 PM CET and run for 90 minutes at Snetterton. Yes, the one with the scary tree, at least still in Asetto Corsa Competizione. I think they left it on purpose after the arms broke in a storm in real life. In the Pro-Am tier, Chris Wall needs to come ahead of Warren and Spitzer for sure, but those 3 are separated by only 3 points anyway, so it's going to be a race to the finish. Things are calmer in the Pro tier, where Horman leads by 12 points, but places 2 and 3 are still contested with Sousa, Stein and Martin only 10 points away from each other. Last season's winner Özgül a distant 8th and surely working on getting revenge next season, due to start at the beginning of the new year. Not finished is the Automobilista 2 Community Cup, going into its 7th race and the track of Ibarra in Honduras with wonderful GT1s. While this track is more forgiving than Long Beach in that going off track does not result in an encounter with a wall, anybody who's raced here knows how tricky those corners are. Here, KCSR are miles away from the others, but 2nd and 3rd positioned RPM and AMSU are only 7 points off each other. And as it's the result of 2 drivers that gets added, things can change pretty fast. We're working on giving the AMS2CC a glorious send-off in the 8th race on December 20th, but cannot tell at the moment, as the pieces are not all in place. Until then, enjoy Snetterton and Ibarra on your favorite channel. The update of the update is here, correcting some small issues that sneaked into Automobilista 2. The F Classic cars won't have qualifying tires for now, as the AI was having issues using them. The baseline tire pressures for F High-Tech Gen 2 cars have been changed, which means that it's a good idea to redo any setups you may have done, and the suspension for the Nissan GT-R got adjusted. The racing line of the AI got worked over heavily in Interlagos 91 and 93, Alton Park Classic, all layouts of Watkins Glen, and in Spa 1993. The tire degradation in AI-controlled cars is now nearer to that of their human opponent, and the AI also got warned once again to not go off track. Or something like that. Interestingly enough, even if this we suppose is more cosmetic than anything else, Alton Park and Watkins Glen got a pit box expressly for the safety car.